Hello, my name's Steven, and welcome to episode 7 on things about bankruptcy. This week we're going to talk about small businesses and Chapter 7 bankruptcies. Now, when you think of a small business, you may think of somebody who has a storefront. You may think of maybe somebody who owns like a liquor store. However, the definition of a small business can be anybody working for themselves. This means if you sell real estate and you're a 1099 employee, you're an independent contractor, maybe you're just taking care of somebody at home for a little bit of money on the side. That is all defined as a small business, at least according to the Bankruptcy Code. Now, why this is important is the rules, or rather I should say the way they're enforcing the rules has changed a little bit in some bankruptcy courts. To put it in an example, in my jurisdiction we have 2 judges, and between the 2 judges, the way they enforce this rule is different. What's important to note that for some judges, in some jurisdictions, they will force you to close your business. That means technically the day you file the bankruptcy, you're supposed to close your business. So if you're running a liquor store, you need to close the liquor store. If you're selling real estate, you need to stop selling real estate. The reason for this is there's a liability concern for the Chapter 7 trustees. If something should happen in your business, they feel they're liable. There's also concern about the protecting of the assets. Let's say you have that liquor store. They're worried about you maybe selling off all the liquor so they can't later maybe sell the liquor to help cover some of your debts. Now, if you're selling real estate, which you obviously don't own the houses you're selling, and you would think, this shouldn't apply to me, I really don't have any business assets to protect for the trustee. Well, technically, if they dig deep enough, you do have a bank account, they'll consider that a business asset. You have a car, maybe using that as part of your business. Even your computer, they can find something that's a business asset and use that as the basis to shut you down. So, what do you do? Well, this is the reason you use a bankruptcy professional. What we can do is file the proper motions to get your business out of the bankruptcy as quickly as possible. As long as they know you're taking the proper steps to get the business out of the bankruptcy as quick as possible, and I say quick, I mean within a week, and doing anything in a court of law in a week is pretty quick. But if you're taking those proper steps, they'll let you stay open for that week to get your assets out of the bankruptcy. This allows you to stay in business. This allows you to come out of the bankruptcy. This allows you to come out of the Chapter 7 bankruptcy, still have your business intact, to stay in business and be able to support your family. So, if you have any questions about this or anything else bankruptcy related, give me a call at 559-274-2868. Thank you. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Hello, my name's Steven, and welcome to episode 8 on things about bankruptcy. This week I'm going to bring up a topic that one of my clients has brought to me. It's about cramming down a house value in a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. Now, we've gone over a couple times in the past about stripping off second mortgages, third mortgages in a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. What I'm talking about today is actually cramming down the value of a first mortgage. Most often we do this with cars. For example, if you have a car that you owe $10,000 on, but the car is worth only $5,000, we can cram down the value of the car so that you only have to pay $5,000, the value of the car, and not the $10,000 what you owe. Technically, this is possible for a house in a Chapter 13, but there's a lot of problems in doing it. First of all, it cannot be the house you live in. This only applies to, let's call it, business assets. This would have to be a house you rent, a house you don't live in. That's step 1. Step 2, you have to pay the house off in 5 years or less. That means if you have a house you owe $100,000 on, the house maybe is only worth $80,000, but you have to be able to pay off that $80,000 during the Chapter 13 bankruptcy. Those 2 qualifications will make this a hard thing to make. This means you just can't make your regular $1,000 mortgage payment for 5 years. No, your mortgage payment's probably going to be closer to $3,000, $4,000. To be able to do that in a Chapter 13, it's difficult. Not impossible, but it is difficult. So what was happening with my client is he was running into people who says, oh, I can put your house into a Chapter 13 and you only have to pay what you owe. And I kept trying to tell my client, it doesn't work for you. It doesn't apply. It is a very limited situation where you can cram down the value of a first mortgage in a Chapter 13. So if somebody comes to you and tells them, hey, I can cram down the value of the house you live in on your first mortgage, be aware. They're not telling you the whole truth. Make sure you know who you're talking to. If you have any questions about this or anything else bankruptcy related, give me a call at 559-274-2868. Thank you.